Hey there, friends. I'm back and thought I'd post a quick video here. I wanted to ask my viewers, all two or three of you, what would you do if you're on the Coronavi server and you're trying to be philanthropic, but you want to do it on like sort of a low-key level? If you're not familiar with the Coronavi server, the command for out of character does not work. I'll even show you /OOC, which is out of character, and I'll just write test, hit enter, and as you see, this chat command no longer functions on this server. Okay, so of course I can do a shout or auction, or I can even do /list to see which channels I'm included in right now. And I could always do like a /1 for to chat in new players and make an announcement there. But the issue I worry about doing it there is I'm trying to give away weapons that I've crafted to newbies, to like genuine newbies. Even if they're not like new, but their characters are new and they're running around wielding like a rusty short sword or a sharpened short sword, which you get from Glooming Deep when you hand them your dull short sword and they sharpen it for you, or something like that, or even just like crummy fine steel, which has no stats. Because you'll see here I crafted these handy little weapons. They're not amazing, but for a newbie at level, like 1 through 10 or even 1 through 20, they can be useful. Especially if you don't have anything else. It's going to be a better damage delay than anything the newbie starts off with. Even better than a crude defiant weapon, because the crude defiant, I think the damage is usually like 624 or 625, and this is 622, and that's for the crappy one, for the velium short sword. And it's also got 8 to strength, intelligence, wisdom, and agility, and mana and hit points, so it's not terrible. Then the dagger that I made, velium dagger, even better, 820 and 30 to hit points and mana, and then 10 to intelligence, wisdom, and agility. The velium dagger is super useful because it could be used by warrior, ranger, shadow knight, bard, rogue, shaman, necro, wizard, enchanter, and beast lord. So that pretty much covers everybody. I made a velium mace for like a cleric or druid to use. These are 622. They give some hit points and mana and intelligence and wisdom. Wisdom being very important to a druid or a cleric, right? They can also be used by shaman and beast lords. Then I made some of these pale platinum bladed bastard swords, which 2237 for a two-hander. For a newbie, not terrible. Also gives them 40 hit points and mana, and 8 to strength, intelligence, wisdom, and they're not that heavy, only 6 stone, or whatever the weight measurement is. I've seen two-handers that were over 10 stone, or 15 even, and that's just ridiculous. Plus it's got a higher strength than it has weight, so you're still in the positive for being allowed to carry more stuff. So yeah, I've got these 4 different kinds of weapons. I've given away a couple already, more than a couple, because I actually refilled the bag. I made like 10 of each of these, and I still have a bunch that I want to give out. So how would you go about locating genuine newbies and giving it to them. I originally started playing in the tutorial zone, and I gave away a few there, but the problem too is, again, Feronavi, there is no common tongue on Feronavi. There's human tongue, but, you know, humans speak it, and anyone else can learn it, but by default, the, I guess, society, or, you know, members of Feronavi chose that Elvish should be the default language. And it takes a minute to learn Elvish, and I've been training myself in Elvish, of course, using my old method. I'm up to 87%. You know, here where I have WADS, anytime I press those, it triggers these buttons, and if I open up the button, it will train 2 abilities, which you'll see here is sneak and hide, and then it'll speak in group to spam a language. It's whatever language I set here. Language, you know, you right click in the main chat window, go to language, and right now I have it set to Elvish. Eventually I'll set it to Dwarvish and Troll and all these others, because I got, you know, a bunch of languages I could choose from, but as you see here in my skills, I only have a few skill points in each of the languages. I took my high level mage, and I just spammed for like 10 seconds of each language, and I was able to learn, you know, at the very least 1 point of almost every language. I don't know if I missed a few, but I can even learn Dark Speech or Dark Elvish. But I'm trying to just train myself in Elvish first, since it's what, you know, they decided was the most common language, even though it really, in my opinion, should be human, because humans are supposed to be the most common race. You know, we've got multiple human cities and settlements, but you only really have 2 elven cities. And Dark Elves don't speak Elvish. They speak Dark Elvish. So it's a whole other language. And you can argue that half-elves speak Elvish. It's like, yeah, but I think they also speak common, like human, too. Because they're both. So I'm not sure, you know. So anyway, before this drags on, I've got these weapons, you know, in this weight reduction box of mine, and I want to give some out for free. So if you're on the Feronavi server and you happen to see me running around and you need a weapon, you know, feel free to say, hey, you got any more of those weapons left? And if I have one and you can use it, you know, I'll give it to you. Another thing is, let me go up to a merchant real quick, because this will be like a little surprise for whoever gets one of these weapons. And they're worth something. So the Velium short sword sells for 568 platinum. The Velium dagger sells for 574. The Velium mace sells for 572. Oh wow! I'm surprised. The two-hander sells for the least amount, 192. But yeah, still plenty. If a newbie ends up needing spells and their spells are more important than their weapon, they could always sell the weapon and have plenty of platinum to buy their spells for a little while. So I'm hoping they don't sell it. I'm hoping they just, you know, use other methods of making money. Because remember this, remember slash, barter, enter, and it shows you stuff that you have that you can possibly sell. A lot of it will be like trade skill stuff like snake meat. You click on it here on the left side. You know, here it shows you how many you have. And then you hit search and you see it says there are 0 lines for that match. So you can try snake scales, snake venom sac. I probably don't currently have anything that people are buying because I don't really have much in trade skill stuff on me right now. But if it did show up, it would show up here, matching lines, and it would show you the price of what people are offering, and you could just sell, no matter what zone you're in, things for people to purchase from you. So it's great if you're killing stuff and your inventory is full, even though you're in like lower guck or something like that. Just, you know, slash barter. You can unload stuff that you may not want or need for some platinum. So always remember that. Also, don't forget, as you could see, the anniversary is going on. Go up to any of these booths. Talk with these celebratory goods merchants. Right click on them. You can get free alcohol-free lemonade. You can get Festive Doll. Right click on it. You can see it's a lore item, but it's free, and it gives you plus 15 to every stat, and you could put it in your range slot. So it can be primary, secondary, range. So if you can't equip a second weapon yet, you could just use it on your secondary hand, or you know, you could use it in range. As you see, yeah, sure, I want to use javelins to throw them. But that's where the bandolier comes in handy, because I have one bandolier here that has 2 javelins, and then one that has the Festive Doll, right? So I made here a javelin throwing key, and I have bandolier activate 1, so it activates the one that has, you know, the 2 javelins, and then auto fire with a 10-second pause. So I throw a javelin, and then it automatically switches back to bandolier 2, which is right here, where I have my Festive Doll, and I get the benefit from the stats again. So, you know, you could still have a ranged weapon, even like a bow, and, you know, if the bow doesn't have any stats, well, you could do this quick switch trick with the bandolier and making a hotkey, so you can have the benefit of these extra stats because you learn your skills faster if you have, I think, like a higher intelligence and wisdom and dex or something like that. So you'll skill up faster. Maybe that includes languages, I don't know. You know, of course, I've got my favorite Electrum Trio jewelry with cut taphidite gem, which is awesome because it gives some stats and plenty of hit points and saves and armor class, you know, and then plus added health from the opal, and then endurance and mana from the emerald. I don't really benefit as much from the emerald except for endurance, because rogues do use endurance for like some of their skills that they use later on. It's less important right now, but it will be handy later. So yeah, visit these celebratory goods people. They also have food, like hard candy, which is free. It gives you a save to magic, and it's just a food. You put it in your inventory, and you get that extra saving throw from the, you know, magic. So if you're fighting magical thing, loaf of baked jum jum, also great thing, because this is a hearty meal that's going to last you for a long time. Get a stack, it's free. Get multiple stacks if you want. Party cake gives you hit points, mana, endurance, and some strength, stamina, intelligence, and wisdom. Now, this is important if you want benefit of these stats. So let's go and get some hard candy. So let's grab a stack of hard candy. Okay. Now I'm not going to see any benefit from the hard candy. My current magic resist is 82. I won't see any benefit because I currently have in my top slot here. So this is my top slot that has food in it, and it's got bread cakes, and bread cakes don't have any stats. But I'll open up a bag to find where the hard candy is, and if you take the hard candy, let's make sure we can see the save, the magic save change. If I put it in that top slot, boom, now it's 97. I get the benefit from it. So you're always going to eat what's in your topmost slot of food. So eventually, you know, once I eat my newbie food all up, because this is like the newbie bread cakes and the newbie skin of milk, I end up placing a stack, like 1,000 bread loaves and 1,000 water flasks in my trade skill satchel, just so it's out of the way and I don't end up eating any other food in my inventory, because some of it might be important and valuable trade skill stuff that I want to keep. So yeah, just quick reminders. I know I might have made a video about the celebration already, but since we're talking about newbies, we're talking about me giving away some free weapons. Just trying to remind people. Oh, here's another thing you could put in your range slot that gives you a 10 save versus magic, and that's a commemorative copper coin. It's also free. So if you want, you know, cheap magic save gear, if you plan on fighting some magical creatures to give you an extra boost, you can grab one of these and use it when you want to. There's fireworks too. There is free beer. Let me get a stack of that. I want some free beer. There's some hard nectar, and just remember, oh, there's keg of 5-year-old ale. Already saw the Jum Jum loaf. What's this shield doing here? Oh wow, it's 15 AC, 20 haste, and it's 5 gold, and there's 4 of them. I'm gonna grab these and maybe give them away or something. Oh, you can get some free cookies too that give you a save versus gold. So yeah, I'm gonna go around and see if people be like, hey kid, you want a free shield? It's got haste on it. So, and it only cost me 5 gold each. So there you go. I'm giving away some free weapons. I've got a few free shields that I just found on this guy, and they give haste. So if you're, you're a newbie and you only, have like use of 1 weapon still, come and say hey to me. Celebratory goods. This guy doesn't have celebratory goods. What's going on with him? He's not interacting with me. I don't know. Huh. I guess he's not a merchant. What about this guy? It's like this frog. I gotta like look over the counter, kind of cheat. Yeah, so my game seems to be bugged right now. I can't interact with merchants. Oh, there we go. Finally, I was able to interact with one, and it could be because some fool casted this spell and it lagged everybody out. And I hate when they do this. It's, yeah, a level 101. It would kill a lot of people if they tried to use it, because it would take away 3,494 hit points. You know that they're trying to kill some noobs. Hopefully no one's stupid enough to right click on this damn wand of Transversions, because it just kills you. It's like a cruel joke. of course, you know, yeah, if you're that level, it's great because you can exchange hit points for mana. But if you're a newbie and you get one of these wands, you could just end up dead because you don't have that many hit points, right? So it's kind of fucked up. I hate people that do that shit. So anyway, you know, Lorelei up here, you know, I've got some, you know, the graphics on these weapons actually looks pretty neat too, compared to the newbie ones. So that's what the mace looks like. You know, not your ordinary everyday mace. You know, the dagger, short sword. Short sword looks kind of cool. The only thing I can't model is the two-hander because I can't use that yet. Yeah, I put a gem in this one weapon, and I can't use it because it's for level 20. I was experimenting. I was like, I wonder if I can equip it and it just won't proc for me yet. But no, it doesn't even let me use it. So there you go. Giving away free weapons. You know, come and say hey if you're around. I might not be in POK, but I might be around here and there. Or just, you know, drop a comment and say, this is what I would do if I couldn't talk to people. You know, should I just run up to random strangers and just right away hand them a weapon? Of course, not when they're fighting, because that would probably piss them off and get them killed. I always try to wait until they're, you know, just sitting around, like the way this guy's just sitting around right now. But he's level 85 and obviously doesn't need one of my crappy little weapons. Because, yeah, to someone that's 85, these are crap, and I get that. But, and you know, level 20 and under, they're very useful. So, there you go. Hope you guys have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow. Oh, and like and subscribe and all that junk. Bye.